Yeah, that is
All right.
Shush. Alright. Out in the middle of rural Connecticut, there exists a place called the Jewel of New England by some and the modern Rome by others, but we just call it UConn. Here in the basketball capital of the world, we've seen the Huskies dominate everywhere from the court to the classroom. Not only did the women's team just add a 12th national title to its belt, but the hockey team had its first ever NCAA tournament appearance, falling just short of the Frozen Four, and the football team claimed victory in the Wasabi Fenway Bowl over the ACC's North Carolina to finish a 9-4 season. Academically, UConn continues to thrive, being ranked as the 32nd best public university in the U.S. and the 70th best in the U.S. overall by U.S. News. The things I've described are impressive, but honestly not that expensive. To be totally real, I could probably put together an academic and athletic powerhouse with the money I made working a couple hours yesterday alone. Sure, buildings are expensive, but no, they aren't when you really think about it. It kind of just begs the question, where's the over $21,000 of tuition that we pay annually going? Sure, Jonathan and Dan Hurley are always clean shaven whenever we see them in public, but that doesn't account for all of it. It just can't. It's our job to follow the money and see what's really going on here. We're here outside of Gamble Pavilion at the basketball capital of the world, where I've arranged to interview one of the most important officials, not only at UConn, but in the entire Big East Athletic Conference. Right over here, I have...
My name is John Valentino. I am the official head shining specialist of the Big East Conference. And we're here at UConn, and I heard you had a couple questions for me.
So I guess we've been doing some investigative journalism right now. We're trying to figure out where the hell our tuition actually goes. Do you know how much of it is going into Dan Hurley? Because there's been a talk of his salary, and he has a bald head, and you specialize in that.
That's my thing,
Yeah.
right? So, that's pretty much dead on, right? It's no secret, after the last offseason, he got a massive contract,
Right.
6 years, $50 million, brings in about, maybe $8 million a year, right? That's not an issue. He brought UConn 2 national championships. I don't think anybody's complaining about that.
I'm not
The real
complaining.
question is, where does he put that money? That's really where your tuition is going, right?
Okay.
So as the head shining specialist of the Big East Conference, I have insight into this kind of thing. But he has to keep it as shiny as possible, because the shine of his bald head, the radiance, allows him to sort of hypnotize the refs into giving him the decisions that he wants, right?
Are Big East refs somehow immune to that? Because there's this one dude in particular who seems to hate UConn.
He receives all this money a year, right? The math works out to sort of 1% of UConn's entire payroll, right? Still not as much as St. John spends on Rick Pitino's hookers, but that's another issue. UConn gives Dan Hurley this money to win basketball games, but he spends this money on research on this hypnosis process. And he's also funding it into the finest waxes and polishing equipment that he can get his hands on, And for what it's worth, it could all fit in the bed of a pickup truck, Ford Raptor might work.
A Ford Raptor? I feel like, doesn't he drive a Ford Raptor?
I can't disclose that information.
Is that his car over there?
Anyways, your tuition is going to funding the maintenance of Dan Hurley's radiantly bald head.
Okay. Well, if we keep winning,
is it worth it? That's for you guys to decide.
I'm not going to complain. Well, thank you so much again for coming all the way down here from New York City.
Thanks for seeing me.
All right.
Is this it?
Yeah, this is his Raptor.
This is his Raptor?
I would open the bed for you, but it would blind you with
Invasion of privacy.
That's true.
We can't do that. Okay, well, clearly the tuition's not going towards here. The toilet's fucking clogged. All right. Well, thank you for joining me. Guys, this is Jack Hammer. Can you, what's your title?
So I am the UConn Master Builder.
You're the UConn Master
Correct.
Builder.
I am overseeing all UConn construction.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Have you met Emmett, and is he nice like he is in the movie?
Oh yeah, he's great. He's
Okay.
actually my assistant in summers anytime at
Really?
Art.
Emmett works at UHart?
No, he goes as a student.
Well, I'm glad to hear he's doing well. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe you could get him to sign.
I got you.
I'm a big fan, and maybe he could sign.
Let me
he
make a
could
phone call.
sign my
Hold on.
Emmett minifigure.
All right, give me right after this. I can make a phone call.
Okay. I would love that.
Yeah. No, of course.
If we could.
Yeah. No,
Maybe I get a
got-
picture
got
with
you.
him.
I got you, buddy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. So basically, we're trying to figure out like where all our tuition is going, and there's a lot of just this shit like in the middle of campus. So like, obviously, I'm not trying to like dunk on your work because it looks important. But like, what is this where our tuition is going? How much does all this cost? What are they building
So this
exactly?
site specifically is about a couple $1 million.
Okay.
Costs money for the fence, the screen going up, and all the equipment. As you see, there's a lot of equipment throughout here. Major problem though with this site specifically is pipe restoration. So there's
Right.
a lot of underground utility work at UConn, and it kind of all broke.
Okay.
That's really where your money's going. See, the money doesn't go to construction. I don't get it. I don't see nothing. I mean, look. I mean, I don't know if I'm like a fan of this. I get nothing. I get
There's no
nothing.
money in the
There's
wallet.
no money here. There's no money. It all goes to this. It all goes to all the pipes underground leaking out electricity, electric water.
So there's lightning like in the water.
It's like it's like next to me. They're like buddies, like me and Emmett. They're like buddies, you know.
But
They
I
go through the
was
water.
told that if I put lightning in the water, like if I take a toaster in the bath,
Yes,
that
no.
shocks me and
That's correct. But that's unhappy electricity. This is happy electricity.
happy electricity.
We only allow that at the happiest campus on earth.
Right- Oh, so is it like a Bob Ross thing? It's like happy.
See,
Trees.
You're getting. See,
Okay.
that's true, right? Like, see how you're protected by
That
the
is a
extra fence?
happy looking tree.
Look at it. See, happy tree, happy site. You know, there's a little extra fence around to make sure nobody gets hurt. You know?
And that sounds like a good investment too, just like Dan Hurley's head.
Yeah, no, trust me.
maybe-
This is one of the positives of UConn.
It still doesn't account for that nearly $300 million. That's like, where is it?
Well, this isn't the only site. This is just my favorite site. You know, there's other ones all over. This is just one of them. Thousands.
I'm curious about, because there was one construction site that I was doing some research I looked into, and it seemed like it was a little bit more expensive than most. So I wonder if maybe that accounted for some of the
Yeah.
budget shrinkage.
Yeah, definitely. There's,
Do you know
there's
that
definitely
one-
fluctuations in construction.
Do you know that one site where they're building, as far as I'm able to understand, sort of a rocket launch site where the purpose is they're building a rocket that they load with all of our money and then they shoot it up into space? Does that, do you think that could have accounted for it a little bit? Because that does sound pretty expensive.
Can you shut that off for 1 second?
Yeah, of course.
Don't shut it off.
No.
Don't shut it
Quick question. Where'd you hear about this information? I need to know.
It was in the restricted section of the library.
Okay, hold on. Hear me out.
One of those books.
You don't read those books anymore. Okay, those books are there for a reason. I'm going to tell you right now. You've already read them, so I'm not going to deny it.
Okay.
I can't confirm it, but if you tell anybody about this, you're not going to be allowed in the bunker. I don't know if did you get that far in the book? or no?
I saw something
Okay,
about the
okay,
bunker.
so
What's in the
hear me out.
bunker?
Don't tell anyone about the rocket launcher. Not anyone.
Okay.
We're gonna cut this out. No rocket launcher.
This is-
I'll
will
let
not
you in
be
the
in the
bunker.
video.
And you want me
Okay.
to meet Emmett if you tell him about the rockets.
Okay, I don't want to. I want to meet. I want to meet Emmett.
Okay. We're on the same page.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
So where's the entrance to this bunker?
We'll talk about that later.
Hey, is this Emmett Bricksowski? Is that how you pronounce it? Bricksowski? Oh! Shit! Oh. Well, now we know also where the tuition's not going. No, sorry, Emmett. That was I just fell and almost died. On top of the physical, brick and mortar aspects of our tuition, as well as basketball, we are in the digital century. So I thought I would go to a UConn computer engineering student and ask him. Here I have my friend Wiz Hackman.
I'm in. Oh, are we doing this?
Yeah, we're doing this.
My name's Wiz Hackman. I work with UConn IT. Okay, so
I'm just curious, on the technological, on the ITE end of things, where does our tuition money go?
okay, I got details, man. But you got to keep these on the down low.
Alright.
Okay, I know a big portion of the UConn tuition is actually it's being used to fund multiple systems that are meant to keep the students stupid.
Okay.
Now you may not believe me, but think about this: 5G.
Whoa, not too close. You did not shower this morning.
Oh, huh? Whatever.
Sorry.
IT, okay. Listen, the 5G network, you think of those little things with the blue lights around campus?
Uh-huh.
That shit, that's spitting out the waves, man. They get into your mind. You gotta take my word for it, bro. That's what they're doing. They're trying to dumb us down because the stupider we are, the longer we have to stay, the more money in their pockets. It's not just that though. You know, ChatGPT, all these people cheating on their exams, you know, and then they fucking shove it right in there and then they write their whole essay with whatever. All of that, that's all staged, man. Those large language models, the big GPT networks, that's funded by our university.
It's gotta cost a lot of money too.
It costs a lot of money, man. Where do you think they get all the data?
I don't know. That's a good point.
They're trying to stupid us down.
I never thought about that. Dude, it's like we're gonna get replaced by robots.
I know, it's coming very soon.
That's do they have sex robots yet?
Oh, those are coming real soon too.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong. Yeah, I know UConn is working on funding those too.
Okay.
But that's also supposed to be on the down.
UConn is funding the sex robots.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
They've got cool rooms downstairs in here actually that they're starting to build them at. You want to go check them out?
I mean, we can't really have that on the documentary.
This is PG-13.
Sure.
Oh.
We'll go
Turn off
check
the
out.
camera.
We'll go check out the sex
You wanna go
robots.
try it?
Let's go check the sex robots
Let's
out.
go do it. Okay.
All right.
Well, I'm scarred for life. Yeah, I mean, I like that one poem, the Walt Whitman one. It's about the like learned professor or whatever. I feel like it's relevant to. Oh, hey, 1 second. Sorry. No, I didn't just learn about it from Breaking Bad. I actually read it. Yeah, well, it was a while ago. I got a lot of my. Okay. I love you. Bye bye. Bye.
Put him on hold.
I love you more.
You'll call him back
I'll
later.
call you back. I will call you back when I'm done with it. Okay. Oh, stop. Okay, I love you. Bye-bye.
Be a good host.
What? So, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, when are we doing this interview? I've been trying to talk to you.
This is, sorry, right now. So how have you been this past year?
Pretty good. I quit my job at the Southampton Institute of Technology. It wasn't really my place.
You weren't the shit?
I thought I was better than shit, you know? So I'm here now, doing other work. It's good to be here.
Okay. Yeah, so the PhD in paranormal stuff, that didn't really...
I moved on, yeah.
Alright. Well, you know, no better way to move on than to talk about money, talk about where our tuition is going.
Yeah, I
What
got
do
an
you
answer
think about,
for you.
What do you think about that?
Okay, I don't know about like 100% of the money, but I can tell you a big chunk. You guys know about Science One, how that just got built?
Yeah.
Okay, there's a floor. There's floors above the first one you can't get to unless you're a grad student. Yeah,
Okay.
that's BS. It's got a lab up there. Okay, you know what they're making? They've been developing the serum that they inject into all the food on campus and the drinks too. They claim it's an age-old recipe and it's from all the cows that live there, right there that you can pet. But no, it's more than that. No ice cream is that good just by itself. It's the serum, man. We're all brainwashed.
Because they're raising our tuition so that they can raise revenue for the, you know, the dairy bar ice cream. Wow, I
Trying
didn't
to get everything.
even think about that. That's such an interesting angle. I didn't think the dairy bar had anything to do with this. Because I've made ice cream cheap, like at my house. You put it in the bag with the salt and you go,
Yeah, you don't think it's
And you make
nearly
ice
as good
cream.
as what you get here.
no, because I don't have that serum.
Exactly. So watch out.
All right.
I'm actually kind of craving some. Do you want to get some?
Yeah, let's go get dairy
Yeah, let's
bar
go
ice
get some
cream.
dairy
You
bar.
want some?
Hell yeah.
You guys want some? All right.
Yeah.
Gino stuff. Chocolate and yeah.
No, I do feel a little bit brainwashed now that I think about it. But it's
Oh,
so
yeah?
good, it doesn't even matter.
It's really good, right? It's fresh from the cow's tit.
Yeah. Better than the shit at Penn State, I'll tell you that much.
Oh yeah,
Better at the shit at shit.
that's true
I can't
too.
speak on that. Anyways, while I was here, I actually just happened to run into one of my other friends, one of my other experts, who we also interviewed last year. Where's our tuition going?
It's funny you ask me that. I've actually been devising. I've been devising my own ideas and thoughts about this. I've been thinking about this for the past 2 years, ever since I first encountered this. They're building up a secret task force, like a spec ops force, to get rid of the Yukon sewer monster and deal with the disappearances that have been occurring because of it.
Really?
I think we've all had an encounter, at least one with the
I've
Yukon.
seen him once or twice.
Like I've been attacked multiple times.
He's
while,
real
like, you know,
grumpy.
doing my business. You know, you're sitting on the toilet and doing your business. You know, and then just a fucking tentacle tries to grab you and then just pull you down.
That happened to me at a party recently.
Really?
It was a pretty fun party, but for a little while the sewer monster was trying to kill me. Yeah, he gets real grumpy when you do your business at a time that's not appropriate. That's not convenient.
Yeah, I've almost died a couple times. So I think that the university is kind of fed up with the people disappearing and are kind of worried that it's going to end up being, you know, a national like scandal or something
Because
like that.
they can't pay tuition if they've disappeared. So it's kind of like in the long term, it's a safer investment. Plus
so
the
they're-
PR
yes,
for them
so-
to not disappear.
Yeah, so they're investing in a spec ops to find and get rid of the Yukon Sewer Monster.
Gotcha.
Probably they're building it up with how much tuition that we're paying. They're probably gonna build it up to the strength of the U.S. Army, just building it up over time to eventually fight and kill the Yukon Sewer Monster and then disband.
Okay. Well, how long do you think that's going to take?
What I think will happen by the time that we die, Yukon will have built up this spec ops force to be up to task to defeat the Yukon Sewer Monster. Because at the same time, it's also a very strong force.
That's wow. Wow, I just can't. I'm too stunned
Yeah.
to even speak.
Yeah. All right.
Whoa.
Now, if you excuse me, I need to go to the bathroom.
Okay, have fun. He's been in there like 2 hours now. I think he died.
Tanner, I'm filming.
Okay. Hey guys.
Yeah.
They do a documentary every end of every season.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna make it quick. Where's our tuition going?
This
What do you
food truck
think?
right here.
Yep.
Free food from USG is pretty nice, you know.
USG, all like the tier 3 orgs. And then also to Radenka and her
Yes.
mansion.
So the USG Lamborghini that I bought, that was tuition money.
Partially yes, partially no. I mean, you know, gotta love donations from other people, but
Okay.
Yes.
definitely sponsored by Radenka.
I mean, my goal has been to give every Yukon student a ride in the Lamborghini, so I'm kind of paying it forward
Well, you
in
see,
that way.
if you tag on an extra fee, like the register fee, if you just add like a Lambo fee, you know, maybe like $50 everyone's tuition. I'm sure Radenka won't mind. She loves raising tuition, so
She does. I mean,
Yes.
she's got to build that third pool, right?
Yeah.
absolutely.
You know? All right. Well, thank you guys.
Welcome.
Of course, it was nice seeing you guys.
Yeah, look, so we're paying, part of what we're paying is for him to walk that dog around. That's our mascot.
And he just ran away from us because he was
ran
scared.
away. You also shouldn't have pulled out the camera before
that's
we
my
got there.
yeah, that's my bad.
So that is kind of on you. I was gonna go up and be like, "Hey, can I put the? Oh, I'm getting a call. Wait, I think
Is this
it's
Emmett?
Hey, Emmett. No, I wasn't ignoring you. I was not. No, I.
All right, let's walk.
Okay.
Let's walk and talk. We got
I
places to
remember
be.
you said that before. Okay, I do have to go. I do have to go. I love you too. I love you too. Yeah, tonight. Yeah, I'm bringing it. Okay, bye, Emmett. Bye. I love you. I love you. I love you more. Bye. So I'm here today with Yukon's goodest boy, Jonathan the Husky. This guy is a celebrity. He goes everywhere. He's been everywhere, and he's very experienced. So I figure if anyone knows where our tuition's going, it's him. Jonathan, where do you think our tuition's going? I see. He probably isn't. He's probably under contract or something. He's not allowed to speak. Violate the terms of his contract. Well, thank you anyway, Jonathan. Yeah, good boy. Alright. Don't tell anyone. Okay. Alright, we're good.
It open.
So this is the secret passage to the
Yeah,
bunker.
So this isn't I thought we said no filming. What happened here?
We're not
Oh.
filming.
This is just a voice recording.
Okay. Well. Anyways, yeah. Here's the bunker. Oh wow. Scarier than I remember. But yeah. This is as far as we've gone. Alright, hey, I can't see you guys from here. We gotta go. Oh shit. Opens back up. Sometimes the bunker door doesn't open.
Are we trapped in the bunker?
No, hold on. We'll be fine.
Hang on a second. Quentin, what is that?
I don't know.
It's like a little chicken jockey.
So we got a call from a student named Jaden. He was very concerned about. He noticed something in Gant our science building. He discovered something very interesting. Would you like to share?
Yeah, so, I don't have any classes in here, but I was walking through one day, just sort of exploring. Whoa, Paige Beckers walks out of a door. And I say, I play in the band. I see you play all the time. How is everything? I haven't had the chance to speak to you before. And she said, she didn't say anything. It was weird. I mean, listen, I get she's like a big star and everything, so maybe she wouldn't want to like talk to me. I thought she'd be more chill than that. But I'm like, hey, are you excited to play for the Wings and everything? Is everything great? She said. And again, I'm like.
So she didn't say anything.
Yeah, no.
She couldn't speak, or she had no words. Do you know? So where did you see her?
I can take it. And once you see the door, you might think the same. This is a bit of a truth bomb that I have to drop. This, I've redacted my last name for the sake of security. I feel like this goes deeper than we all think. So, you see, we're passing by, what? Research lab? Coded doors?
This is where she was?
No, even further. I mean,
she was further down.
Look at this. Giant workshop, also coded door. What's up with this? What is this? A laser gun? I don't know. What is this? Maybe.
So which door did she walk out of?
It was this one.
It was this one?
Yeah,
it was a coded door also.
Yeah, and she came from the inside. And
were you able to sneak in once she walked out at all?
I was only able to catch a glimpse, and actually you can kind of see through. There's like more machines. There's like vats in there, like giant vats full of like liquid.
Here, let me see.
Do you see that?
And this looks a lot like from what I saw in the movie Attack of the Clones.
It's
very similar to.
There's like a shape in there.
Like, what kind of conclusion are we coming to?
I think.
Do you think that was?
So she got drafted, right? And we've lost like our star player. They might have grabbed like a sample of her DNA and are working on cloning her inside here so that she can have another 4 years. And the reason why she didn't speak to me and why she was so confused is because, she has all of Paige's memories, but the speech is different. Speech has to be learned.
Who do you think ordered these clones to be made? Like, who said, we're going to take our students' tuition and make clones of Paige Beckers?
I want to say Radenka. I feel like this goes even higher. This is past everything. I mean...
Would you say the clones were impressive?
I mean, it looked just like her.
Well, this is very interesting. Thank you for this information.
Thank you.
Thank you for reporting this to us.
I need your camera.
Got the camera. Oh, hi, Kelsey.
Hi, Kelsey. Where does our tuition go?
Where isn't it going?
Where is it not going? Or where is it going?
And it's definitely not going to the band.
That's true.
We know that.
Yeah.
We didn't need to make a documentary for that.
Everyone donate for new uniforms, even though my uniform is the best thing I've ever worn.
Seriously, no, that's not even a joke, guys. Go donate for the new uniforms. Link is in the bio. The band needs new uniforms. I'm not the treasurer.
No, you know where my tuition isn't going?
Anymore.
It's not going to chicken tenders or anything at the banquet.
It's not going to any food at the banquet.
Do you have any words on that?
Listen,
where's our food at the banquet?
As the council vice president, I can't comment on that. Okay. It's not my job anymore. All right, well, thank you.
Thank you, Kelsey.
We're interviewing a disgruntled student. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'll tell you something, okay? My name's Shane, everybody, just to get ahead of the game. I'm kind of pissed. I'm upset.
We're all pissed. We don't know
this UConn budget stuff, man.
Yeah.
They're trying to break it down to me. They're trying to explain to me where the money goes. Where does the money go?
Mm-hmm.
I take a look around campus. I look at North Residence Hall. What a crapshoot. That place sucks, right?
They don't want.
There's no money going there.
They don't want to talk to
They
you
built
about
that in
North.
1949, and they haven't done a damn thing to it. You'd have to pay me to live in North.
You'd have to pay me to walk into North. Forget about like living there.
We have a lot of money coming in, right? And the budget allocates for $1.6 billion
Oh shit.
coming in. And we spend $1.683 billion out, right? So we're spending the money.
Yeah.
Where's it going? I'm sure
That's
you're
what we're
you're
trying to figure
that
out.
out. But that's why I'm disgruntled. That's why I'm upset.
These are nice desks though.
Maybe it's the
part of
desks, the technology. Of course, we have our professors'
Yeah.
salaries, right? We want to make sure our education is of the best, highest level.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, man. I walk around, I go to my dorm room, I ain't got Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi is terrible. Why can't we invest in the Wi-Fi? Why can't we set aside
I will
$2
say,
million?
in this classroom, they added these massive TVs, and
Maybe that's it.
they
That's
got
how
rid
it
of they
works.
got rid of the projectors.
We've got two massive
And they put
TVs.
these-
There's a third one
There's
there.
a third one in the
That
back.
one's a little bit smaller, but yeah.
Is that where the money goes?
Is it all these TV?
Wait, why is that one smaller? What the?
I don't.
What?
Well, because nobody's facing back there. Yeah, nobody's facing that way. Why do they need a TV there? If you're giving a presentation, you can look off the
That's
screen.
it. Put me
Exactly.
in charge. Put me on the board. We're gonna cut through that shit. We're
gonna
gonna
cut through the wasteful
we
spending.
will be a department of
Department
efficiency.
of
the
UConn
Department of
efficiency.
University Efficiency.
Do.
That's what we're gonna do. Because let me tell you something. This is out of hand. This is outrageous.
Because these tables are new too this year. I'm pretty sure.
I do kind of fuck with the tables though.
Quite honestly, I feel that I'm owed a lot more than this university gives me.
I agree.
Where's the free stuff? I want the free stuff.
It's not.
Duncan
going
gives me
towards-
free stuff. Why doesn't UConn give me free
It's
stuff?
not going towards the band.
Well, the band does deserve. The
Yeah.
band deserves all of this. Why doesn't the band get $1.6 billion?
That's a whole other documentary.
You know, what they really should be doing is investing this money into more affordable student housing. What about like a tree house? That's cheap, but it's fun.
At least we know the Wi-Fi can't be any worse in the treehouse
Yeah,
than
it
is
can't be
anywhere
any
else
worse.
on campus.
I mean, it would be a challenge, but you could have like a router like outside
Yeah.
that goes to
I
all
think
the
this
tree
is,
houses.
and we will have a baseline rate 0, rate -1.
Yeah, it'd be beautiful. Well, I think that we found an answer.
we really sifted through the inefficiencies of the budget,
Yeah.
and we got
With
to
a fine
got
tooth
to the
comb.
bottom with this dough that we're gonna
Yeah.
initiate it, and I'll be put in charge of it. You know.
Yeah.
I know I have a side hustle, my car company on the side.
Yeah.
But we don't. It's
I'll
okay.
make sure nobody sets those cars on fire.
Good. Thank you. And this was very productive, and I look forward to working
course.
with you more.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Of course.
All right.
I got a special contact here, someone who knows where our tuition is going.
Yes.
This is Violet Young.
Hello.
Would you like to introduce your title?
I am the tunnel builder and designer for UConn.
So what does that entail? Tunnel builder.
So little do most people know, there are this underground network of tunnels that lead from one location to the next in UConn. In case of an emergency, it's really there as a failsafe in case things go to shit.
Wow. Did the police department want this done, or was this just a secret thing by Radenka?
Radenka personally reached out to me
Okay.
and asked me to build this. She knew me from my other work, I helped with the Pentagon.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm pretty high up there, All these different tunnels interconnected, We've got...
Oh man, you gotta show the camera this.
Don't worry, I will.
Yes.
Here is the current plan for some of the new tunnels that we're adding. A few of them are already there.
Wow.
But,
Now
yeah,
it's the
so-
bunker. We
yes,
were there
so,
earlier today.
The bunker, yes. Over by the new construction of the pipes.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Cover up.
And obviously, we're gonna have people who aren't supposed to be down there. So there's a trapdoor. Only people who know what they're doing can really navigate these tunnels. Small issue is we've been having mole people attacks. There are mole people under there.
Who are the mole people?
We're not totally sure. We think it might be some disgruntled students who didn't get housing. They've taken to darkness, I guess.
The housing crisis does mess with people.
The good news is, because they've been down there for so long, since they haven't had housing for so long, that they can't see anymore in the light. So all you gotta do is shine a flashlight at them and they run away. But yeah, and we have Jonathan's head chamber. Everyone wants to know where that is, but again, can't navigate it if you don't know it well. But I can. It's not
So
smart.
you got it all on the head.
All in the
This is
head.
not your own map. This is just your mind.
Yeah, this is kind of not really accurate. This is just a plan.
It's a rough sketch.
It's a rough sketch.
So where's the entrance to these tunnels on campus?
As you can see over there, there is the conversation pit. Now, if you hit one of those stones in just the right way, opens right up. But again,
And I was wondering why else that hole would be there.
yeah, I mean, it's kind of ugly, to be honest, but we needed somewhere to hide it.
Yeah.
What can you do?
Yeah. Well, thank you for visiting with me today.
Thank you, sir. Does this pay money?
No, this is volunteer work.
Oh.
I'm sorry. All right, have a nice day.
Well, that was our Wait, he's back.
Yeah, you're back.
Are you feeling better?
I mean, yeah, I feel pretty good, but I don't really know what's happened.
You were possessed for like a year.
Yeah, last
What?
year's documentary really knocked you out.
You remember last year we went into the Depot campus, you had some kind of demon in you, and it's been in you for the past year until like 10 minutes ago when we did that.
we decided to take it out. It was time.
What?
The power of Christ compels you! The power of Christ compels you! The power of Christ compels you!
It's still June 2024, right?
No, dude, it's...
What?
Well, he's feeling a lot better.
He's feeling a lot better.
So-
That's the point. So we did a lot of digging, we did a lot of research. It seems like when it comes to funding, when it comes to money, this is kind of the lesson you can learn here. There's not one silver bullet. Tuition is rising. Our tuition is being put into all these different things. There are so many different things. If you got rid of one of them, there would be more stuff that hasn't even been touched. What we need to do is look at the budget as a whole, propose a new budget that start from the ground up, you know, and make a campus, make a university that works better for everyone, that makes our tuition dollars go further, go back into us.
It seems our money goes to many places that we didn't even know existed.
The money did not go to my exorcism, I'll say that.
You know what
Yeah,
else?
that was us.
You know what else it's not going to? Why is there not like a Pizza Hut in the middle of campus?
Coming down like an Armageddon flame. The shame, the ones who died without a name. Yeah, the dogs howling out of key to a hymn called Faith and Misery, and bleed the company lost the wanted dead. I beg to dream and differ from the hollow lies. This is the dawning of the rest of our lives on holiday. If the drum pounded out of time, another protester has crossed the line to find the money's on the other side. Can I get another amen? There's a flag wrapped around a score of men, a gag, a plastic bag on a monument. I beg to dream.
You know, are you rolling? Oh
You guys like watching Bluey? It
just wasn't my this. You know,
It
I
wasn't
thought,
the
I thought I
shit?
was better than shit. Yeah, so I moved on.
You
And
can't think your shit doesn't stink.
Yeah, I quit. So I'm here now getting a different bachelor's than something other than paranormal.
Okay.
We'll see.
They just walked through our camera. No way. That's crazy.
No way. Bro, I was like, don't walk in front of the kids. Just walked in front. Straight up just...
No, he's like walking away. I don't know if I want to. Do you have any other questions for me?
Do I have any other questions?
Ricky shirtless.
Oh my God.
Shot through the heart. And you're to the place. You give